For as long as it's been around, I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this, but I will. Everybody needs one of these. I'm Chris with jerry'soutdoorsports.com, and this is the Ruger 1022. Now, I've made a few fundamental mistakes in my life, and I'm going to share one of those with you. When I was 11, I had worked up enough money for my first 22, back when an 11-year-old could actually find enough odd jobs to do so. We walked into Kmart, and of course the Ruger 1022 was on display, but I was 20 bucks short for it. So impulse stepped in, and I ended up purchasing a Remington 597. Now, if you know, you know, but the 597 is an absolute train wreck of a gun. Now, all that to say that I probably should have got the gun from a gun company that's still a gun company to this day, and not from the gun company that's having its rotting flesh picked apart by its peers. But I'll make an honest argument for the 1022 that's not just an ad hominem attack against the company that taught me to clear jams. Now, to say the 1022 is a legend would be an understatement. First offered in 1964, it became widely known for its reliability. I've even heard stories of pilots headed off to Vietnam picking up a 1022 as a survival rifle. But probably the thing that really distinguishes the 1022 is the sheer volume of variations that have come from it. Ruger has pretty much done it all with the 1022. From the classic blued with a wood stock to integrally suppressed 1022s. And even if Ruger hasn't done exactly what you want, the aftermarket's got you covered, like it did with me. I put my 1022 into a Desert Tech Trek 22 stock, and while the practicality of it is meh, I just love the aesthetics of the whole thing. To say that the aftermarket of parts for the 1022 is dizzying would be putting it mildly. If you can imagine it, you can do it. Do you want a Ruger 1022 that's not from Ruger? Cool, that can be done too. Companies like Brownells, Faxon, Thompson Center, Magnum Research, and even Bergara have made clones of the 1022. But Bergara has never really gotten it right, and unfortunately Thompson Center is on live support. One company that is of special note is Volquartsen, for their ability to get mind-numbing accuracy out of the 1022, or pretty much any rimfire that Ruger makes. Even the magazine has been copied in other guns, like on the Winchester Wildcat. The 1022 has had an absolutely massive effect on the industry. If you like content like this, then go ahead and like and subscribe. Then head over to jerry'soutdoorsports.com for all your Freedom Seed needs at our web store. Also, get signed up for our giveaways like this Tippmann Arms M422 with Crimson Trace red and green dot and Accurite Whisperer 22 suppressor. Make sure you follow us on X and Facebook, where I post industry news, sales updates, and memes that will eventually get me banned. Well, yeah, I did this to my 1022. If I had to pick my top 3 favorites in the current 1022 lineup, it'd be these 3, in no particular order. The Stainless International version, that's a Tallow Special Edition because of that striking Mannlicher stock on there. The carbon base model because it's actually making carbon fiber barrels economical. And then the Magpul Hunter Takedown because I played enough Fallout that I love me some apocalypse fantasy. Ruger also has a special edition out right now. While totally not my style, I do have to admit how pretty it is. It pays homage to the bespoke rifles that were on the covers of magazines back in the 60s when the 1022 was birthed. While I've enjoyed my Desert Tech Trek 22 chassis and even shot a couple of competitions with it, I have to admit it doesn't really offer much practical use to me. I do think there's a good argument for the Trek 22 chassis, particularly if I was an Alaskan bush pilot, and I had to be insanely size and weight conscious as I loaded up my carbon cub. And if I could afford an all carbon fiber Piper Cub, then I could probably swing a carbon fiber barrel for this and shave a little bit more weight. But I am none of those things. So I think I'm going to change this up a little bit. I would like to get a KRG Bravo stock for it, put on a Faxon heavyweight barrel, and then a scope of whatever color pleases God. And if I get bored with that, it's a 1022. I can remake it however I want to. The 1022 isn't so much a gun as it is a companion that will follow and grow through life with you. There's almost nothing a 1022 can't do. There's absolutely no excuse to not have a 1022. If you were only to have one .22 rifle, or for that matter, one rifle period, a 1022 is a really easy choice for that. Anyway, I'm Chris with Jerry'sOutdoorSports.com, and I'll see you next time.